think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
this is Lizette.
we're ready to begin? All right. Call to order the meeting of the Mayor and Council of Borough of River Edge, May 14th, 2026, Borough Hall, 705 Kingdom Road, and Zoom, 6:30 PM, regular meeting. I call upon all to stand. And Councilman Glass, you have a silent prayer or reflection that you wish to offer.
Yes, I do. Thank you, Mayor. My thoughts go out to everyone that every day, all of our residents and throughout the globe, workers that have the challenge of a daily commute to work every day, and sometimes it's not easy. So just thoughts go out to all the difficulties that people experience sometimes getting to work every day.
All right. Councilwoman Dario, would you lead us in the pledge?
Salute. I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, statement of compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act. This meeting complies with the Open Public Meeting Act by notification on May 11th, 2026 of location, date, and time, and access information to the town news, the record, and by posting the same on the municipal bulletin board and the borough website and filing notice of the same with the municipal clerk. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Montesano Cohen.
Here.
Council President Kinsella and Councilwoman Mallory are absent with prior notice. Councilman Glass.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Dory.
Here.
Councilman Pfeffer.
Here.
Mayor Papaleo.
Here. Okay. So we're going to go into closed session. We'll go into closed session for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then we will be back in open session. So could I have a motion second to go into closed session via resolution 26-142, resolution to go into closed session, exclude the public, attorney-client privilege, NJSA 10:4-12B7, lease agreement, Borough Hall exterior project, Borough Hall construction project, grant agreement.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We are in closed session. No, you don't need to leave. We leave. You guys stay. Okay. Okay, you can make me the host. And you can return to your seats. Okay, can we check with those who are at home if they can please text if we know to someone in the dais if we can be heard. We can be heard. Very good. Okay. So we opened early at 6:30 so that we could go into closed session and have a minimum experience of delay. I'm sorry that the closed session went for so long. We came back approximately 7:30, 7:40, and we were honored to swear in a new firefighter. We passed the non-consent resolution, resolution 26-143. We also passed resolution 26-151, and we also approved appointments and personnel changes. So we're about to open to the public on any item. This is the only time we open, and remember the public has 3 minutes. If you are, but before we speak, we're going to have a brief statement from our borough attorney in regards to the cultural center.
Sure, and it's not so much a statement, it's just as we're required to do a brief summary of the executive session and what was discussed therein. As noted, we only discussed during this executive session the lease agreement with regard to the cultural center. Generally, that relationship was discussed with regard to the borough as landlord, the center as tenant. We discussed that the borough had been invited in by the center to inspect certain conditions which were of concern to the center. During that inspection and subsequent inspections, certain other concerns were noted by both our outside consultant as well as the borough's professionals with regard to the safety and health concerns of the building itself. Those concerns, once digested, once reviewed completely, specifically the reports that were generated both internally and externally, resulted in the notice of unsafe structure, which was posted, and that was dated May 8th of 2026. The council then discussed and I believe agreed the only action that was, the first no action was taken or decided upon during that executive session, other than, I think, a general commitment that we now, as the landlord, are going to be reaching out to the center to discuss the notice and to discuss each of the conditions that were raised in that notice and what is the best options for addressing each one of those conditions. Again, more in the context of remediating all of those. But again, this was all done in the context of once it was determined that there were some serious concerns, safety concerns and health concerns raised, that the notice that was issued was mandatory. And that it should be noted that that notice was done by the construction official, and he's the only one that has the ability to close the building and lock it off in the manner that was done. That is not an action that was taken by the municipality. It was taken by the construction official in his capacity as the official having jurisdiction over those health and safety concerns.
Thank you. Any member of council wish to offer a comment?
Mayor, I would just say I appreciate the efforts of all of our professionals. Oh,
Look closer,
okay.
because I'm concerned that
Hello.
people at home might.
Yeah,
like to hear-
so again, I just want to say I appreciate the efforts of all of our professionals. I think there's a very intentional process in place now. And moving forward, I feel pretty confident that there'll be constructive dialogue between the borough and the tenant.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure.
Thank you for, I lost the words. Thank you for telling us about the 201 Continental Avenue. It is, we should all know that it's a property of the borough. The borough owns that property, and it was being leased to Art and Culture Center, which they call it, which is a nonprofit organization. If any of the borough's building, and at this point it's 201 Continental Avenue, is stated unsafe, and the borough's officials have stated it unsafe, I think it is fairly, it's very fair to close. I agree with it, that borough has the right to close the building because it is public safety, and that comes first.
Okay, anybody else?
I'll go. Look, this is very difficult decision, obviously, and as member of council, our priority is always safety as our residents. And
You might need to pull the mic a little.
and once, the professionals did the survey, obviously a decision had to be made to us as the lessor. Closing the borough-owned property is a necessary, albeit difficult decision. And to Councilman Glass, the dialogue will continue and it will be in benefit of the town. But we had to take issue of our professionals and the reviews that were conducted in the time frame that it was conducted. And for those reasons, the building was necessitated to be closed for the protection of the people.
Okay,
Yeah, the only thing I'll add to that, and I agree with everything that was just said. The only thing I would add is the way I think that, and again, not speaking for the whole council, but my observation is the way that this issue has been looked at is basically in two parts: safety and communication. I'm convinced from the discussion that the council had with the mayor and with the borough attorney that both of those priorities are being addressed and going to be addressed going forward, and will be top of mind of the council, that we always put safety first. We always make sure that safety and health issues are get immediate attention. And at the same time that we do the best job that we can at communicating with members of our community, our neighbors, on what we're doing and why we're doing it. And so I'm convinced that going forward, those are going to continue to be the priorities of the council and the mayor.
cool. So our borough attorney has reminded me that I should emphasize the fact that the building was not permanently closed. In fact, the notice itself is a 60-day notice. And that we will be having a conversation with the tenant, which is the cultural center. That should happen very soon. And I think we're going to, if the tenant can make this date, I think we're going to be looking towards probably the next council meeting, closed session, because this is a question of lease and obligation and responsibility. And so, and it was also mentioned by some that we moved quite quickly on this. We found out on Friday that the building was closed by our construction official. We needed to meet with our attorneys about the conditions of the lease and the obligations and responsibilities. And then, and so we needed to hold off making any public statements. And then we needed to be as a group because, and the first opportunity for that was tonight. And so, And so that was
4 business days after,
4 business days. So rather quickly, we got that we've come to this.
3 business days.
Yes, 3 business days.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Monday,
Here,
Tuesday,
Thursday.
Wednesday. Well, we count Thursday. Okay, we'll count Thursday. So so less than a week that we were able to get to this point and get legal advice and proper procedure. So I know there's a lot of people who'd like to speak, and that's absolutely fine. We're going to we have a resident who would like to speak first. Just a reminder, when you come forward, you get 3 minutes. You need to give your name and address. Unless you are a member of law enforcement, then you just need to indicate that you are or were a member of law enforcement under what's laws? Daniel's law. Oh, come on up while could I have a motion and second to open to the public on any item at all?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Come on. Would you turn on your mic? And please be seated. And speak into the mic and just identify yourself.
Good evening, Della Carroll, 788 Millbrook Road. We have a house going up next to us at 784. It is 3 times the size of the house that was taken down. It is not on the original footprint. We were never notified of it. The construction started. I called the building department April 17th and told them about the problems that I saw with the foundation going in, and I never received a phone call back. I called again yesterday to state that everything had been in worse condition than what it was. And I'll start with, we were told yesterday that it was a non-compliance lot because it was less than 60 feet. I would like to know how many lots in River Edge are less than 60 feet. Quite a few, because everyone on Millbrook Road is less than 60 feet. So to make it a non-conforming lot and give it a free wheel to do whatever they want to do is incorrect. So here on the River Edge site, I sent a letter yesterday stating that you state if there's anything that you need to do, you need to tell the land use people, and it should have gone for variance and a hearing, and we should have been notified as to what was going to happen. 5 feet from our property line, first of all, is a safety hazard. You just swore in a volunteer fireman here. 5 feet from anybody's lot is a danger to them. We'll start with that. There should be sprinkler systems put in when you do something like that. The trusses that were put in cheaply with little, what would you call them, clips to attach them. If that house goes on fire, the first thing to go are those trusses. And then secondly, our house and the house beside us. So before you make any of these decisions, you should think about the safety of your current residents and the volunteer firefighters that you have. You just swore in a young man tonight. You should think about them first. Yesterday or today, my husband went down to the building department. They provided him with Exhibit A for Ordinance 2414. That was placed on record May 30th, 2024. That list that now they allow 5 feet and 12 feet in total between on their property line. We have a house that's 38 feet wide by 53 feet long on a lot that's 50 by 150, replacing a house that was probably 30 by 20. We were not notified what was going to happen here. My biggest issue is the only thing on your website is the zoning ordinance, which is revised July 2024, which is 2 months after this was passed. So we're assuming if you revised it in July 2024, this goes away and this takes effect. This states that there should be 7.5 feet from the property line and all the setbacks should be the same. On Millbrook Road is a beautiful road. We have a beautiful property, very happy with everything we have, all the setbacks. So when we did our addition in 20 years ago, we were told our building couldn't go any further than it was. We were allowed 5 feet to put a porch. Everyone else has done the same thing. We had another McMansion go up 2 doors down from us, probably about 2 years ago. Their front of their house is straight in line with everybody else's allowance. There's another house that's 3 doors down from us that was put in, an addition was put in probably maybe 3 years ago. They were told they could only have a porch that went out this far. So they have an overhang. So when did it become okay for a builder to do whatever they want, but your current residents are restricted for everything they want to do when they do want to do an addition? So now we're going with the non-conforming part. So in
Excuse me, that's your time.
But that's not the end of the story. So,
January
no,
24th,
no, your time is up because we have to stick to the procedures, but don't go anywhere. What I'd like for you to do is I want you to contact the borough administrator by email. And if you can scan those and send them, you can do that, okay? You each get 3 minutes. You're gonna get 3 minutes in a second. And then, if you do not hear back by Friday afternoon, the borough administrator will also give you my cell phone number. You need to give me a call and we'll take a look at this. You have 3 minutes.
Jim Carroll, same address. I've been a builder my whole life, and I go, as soon as that came out of the ground, I measured and I talked to the builder and I said, I think you have a 7'6" setback. And he said to me, I'll look at the plan. And he says, it says 5 foot. We called the building office. They didn't get back to us. Then the building department showed up the day after yesterday. And he said, nobody explained to me a non-conforming lot. And like my wife said, I don't understand how every lot on Millbrook Road is 50 by 150 and it's non-conforming. It says there in these bunch of papers that they could be 5 feet from my property. I looked down the side of that house. It's 53 feet long. It's over 35 feet high. It's all wood, 5 feet from my property. And then I complained about overhangs. They're allowed overhangs. They say that doesn't affect it. That means they have another 2 foot of overhangs. It's a 16-inch rafter sticking out. It's going to be a 2x6 on that and then a 6-inch gutter.
Mhm.
That's 2 feet from my property. If they don't maintain that gutter, it floods into my yard. It's just bad. It's just all around bad. It's a bad look for the block. It's a bad. And when I complained to the building officer, which was very cordial to me, everything was professional down there. You know, they said, come here and tell you, come here and tell you, come here and tell you. They're saying that I'm not going to fix this for my property. I know I'm not going to fix this. There's I don't know, $750,000 on the lot. There's $400,000 in carpentry. I understand this, but this can't go on. You can't do this to people in this town. This is embarrassing. This house is absolutely embarrassing. It's a mess. Go walk down. It's an alleyway. I lost all my sun in the fall and the winter. This is the biggest house on the block. It's 5 feet out of the ground. It's 10 foot on the first floor. It's 8 foot on the next floor, and then some kind of bullshit roof. And this is horrible. It's absolutely horrible for the neighborhood. It's horrible for the town. I don't understand. Everybody should drive down there and look at this because it's bad. It's really, really bad. I don't need any more time to tell you how bad it is. And I'm telling you, it's horrible.
Okay.
I've lived there 25 years and now all of a sudden I lost everything on that side of the house. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. I'll go back again and say the building department, very good to me.
Okay.
They told me come attack you. That's what they want.
Well, actually, the council creates ordinances, but the ordinances are interpreted by the building department and then variances are done by the land use board. But I'm not supposed to be saying that because we're.
This 5 foot board got to go away. It has to go away.
So
You
you
can't
need-
let this happen.
Send this information to the business administrator tonight or tomorrow. And then she's going to look into it and hopefully we'll have some, because I don't know any of this details and hopefully we can.
It's an absolute train wreck.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
No, he doesn't. Sorry. But
That'd have been the first thing I gave.
I would say hang out and we'll talk to you, but I think there's going to be a lot of 3-minute speeches. So,
Go past. All these go past. It's a disgrace. It's
All
an
right.
absolute disgrace.
all right. Okay. Next, each person gets 3 minutes. And then if you'd like, please give us your name and address. Who would like to come forward now?
Good evening.
Sure.
Peter Dunsey, 446 Oak Avenue, River Edge. I'm the treasurer of the cultural center.
Peter, speak into the mic, okay?
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay.
3 minutes start now.
Thank you.
Welcome.
The, tonight you had the dedication of the fire department. People put in hours. You folks put in hours, and it's recognized and it's appreciated. The Cultural Center has put in hours since 1994 as an outgrowth of the Centennial Committee, and we've put in thousands of hours as well. Since its founding in 1994, the River Edge Cultural Center has contributed to the town by hosting over 600 events. We displayed over 5,000 works of arts by students. We provided art instruction for over 1,000 students. We sponsored art exhibits that featured local artists. We hosted scores of concerts, including the Bantry Boys and 2 West Point concerts. We managed 25 car shows. We sponsored over 30 historic exhibits, including the traveling exhibits, several histories of River Edge, and was selected by the borough to host the 250 historic exhibit in October. Friday, the Cultural Center hosted, in conjunction with the Friends of the Library, a seminar by the police on scams. After the presentation, I went over to the Cultural Center only to find posted on each door a red sign that read, "This building is declared unsafe for human occupancy." I called the mayor, who told me to call the borough administrator's office, who told me to fill out forms to request the information I was looking for as to what the violations were. They told me that I'd get an answer in 7 days. We have repeatedly asked, what is the safety issue? Aside from saying it's a safety issue, which you all agree we want the safety issue taken care of, what is the issue? Because you can't address an issue that you don't know what it is. We've asked that question numerous times. We still haven't received an answer, and we're entitled
30 more
to the
seconds,
truth.
sir.
We have received pledges in excess of $5,000 to address whatever the unspecified safety issue is. In fact, we received more pledges here tonight. The building contains valuables that cannot be replaced, nor is there any other facility or program in town that could hold a candle to what the Cultural Center has done for the people of River Edge for the last 32 years. So with that, I hope that we could meet. I have one correction to the attorney's statement. We sent an email about the handicap ramp. We didn't say anything about coming inside the building. The policy of coming inside the building was always with the tenant present. And that was for good reason, because there was an incident once when somebody came in
Okay.
and something went
Maybe
missing.
that is your time.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Next. Well, if you're unsure, I can always check online to see if there's anybody who wants to speak. If you want to speak online, please raise your hand and we'll call on you after the next speaker.
Sheila Dubé, 817 Park Avenue.
Excellent. Your 3 minutes begin.
I want to thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak.
Sure.
I have been teaching at the River Edge Cultural Center since 2018, and it has been a transformative and deeply valuable experience for me. The Cultural Center provides kids and adults alike a safe and nurturing space where they can engage with the arts and the community. I believe this is something worth holding on to. In my clay class for older kids that ended last week, I asked them what they liked about it. One student immediately responded, "What's there not to like about clay?" I feel that could be said about the Cultural Center too. It is a place of positive and creative energy where people experience joy. So, as a member of our community, I hope that the mayor and council will work together with the Cultural Center to preserve and protect what is a vital part of what makes River Edge such a special place. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope we can come to some amicable resolution, because I love this town and I love what it offers our community. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there, no one online has raised their hand? Is there someone in the, yeah, come on. As soon as you finish saying your name and address, your 3 minutes will begin, Phyllis.
I'm Phyllis Angelo, 594 Elm, River Edge. I'm Vice President of the Cultural Center and I'm Chairman of the River Edge Historic Commission. Okay. Been working with the Cultural Center since 1994. I think most of you have been to some of the exhibits, and certainly some of your children have exhibited their artwork from Cherry Hill, Roosevelt School, and of course the high school. And actually, I've bought stuff from the high school stuff because the kids, they say that the art gene shows up early. And by the time I did the high school exhibit, I've bought it. And one time when I bought one of the high school kids, "Do you really think my art is that good?" So I said, "I think it's terrific." And then I gave him an amount of money for it, and I put on it a great frame. And that's kind of the kind of thing that we've been doing all along. We've encouraged art. And not only that, we've encouraged history. And how do you think I found out about Gene Roddenberry? James T. Kirk was the mayor. And I said, "Were you named after a TV show?" And he said, "No, it was just the opposite." And, that he actually, Gene Roddenberry was James's neighbor. And that's how, and then of course, when he got famous, he moved to Hollywood. Okay. And I've done lots of exhibits. I can't even go into all the exhibits I did. I've done Hamilton. We had the traveling exhibits from the New York Historical Society, Hamilton. And we thought, wow, we're going to have to go all the way into New York to get it. But guess what? The storage was in Bergenfield. So it was a simple drag to get it. And everybody was crazy. And everybody kept saying, they came to the exhibit, "Hamilton really lived in River Edge?" And I said, "I can't swear to it. I wasn't there at the time, but yes." And I guess my main question is, whatever is unsafe, we need to know.
Mhm.
We can't do any remediation if we don't know what it is that's unsafe. And I don't disagree with anybody about what's unsafe, but I don't know what it is. And as I say, we have sponsors, we possibly have funds. We have to know what's unsafe to remediate. Thank you.
You're welcome, Phyllis. Anyone online? Still no hands online. Anyone else present in the, yes, please come forward. State your name and address, and after that, you'll have 3 minutes.
My name is Melissa Love Perone, at 287 Webb Avenue. So should I go now?
Yeah, absolutely. Take your time.
So thank you for opening this time up for the comments. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate the Cultural Center. And I hope there's a place for the art classes to continue while the building's being properly maintained and brought up to code. Or at very least finding a new permanent home that would support the nonprofit art classes. I believe the center is part of our town's identity and one of the only non-athletic after-school activities available to children outside of school programs. It has given our kids a creative outlet and a sense of community and a safe place to learn and express themselves. We've been so appreciative of Miss Sheila for many years of her calm demeanor and teaching and bringing art to life within our children. I'd like to know if there's a place that Miss Sheila can continue her art classes, and if you have another location in mind since this building abruptly closed. I find this little house that supports the Cultural Center. It's basically like the heart of our community when you think about it, because it supports all the creativity that comes out of our children. And even for adults, there's classes for us. I'd really like to see it preserved and to keep some character in our neighborhood, reflecting our neighborhood's history. Thank you.
You're welcome. Is there anyone who, yes, come on forward. State your name and address, and once you've completed that, you'll have 3 minutes.
I'm Marge Burns. I live at 236 Wales Avenue. I have attended many of the cultural center activities. It is a lovely little place to go and see artwork and other unique presentations that these hardworking people have been putting together for years. It's just a gem. And I also think, how would you, if you plan on doing something about it within 60 days, are you planning to have a renovation, or are you pursuing other areas regarding that corner property? You now have the Friends of the Library using their garage. And that is another charming little thing that occurs in town in conjunction with the farmers market that opened tonight. They usually have the book club ladies there for Memorial Day weekend. They are open, and sometimes generally for 4th of July. And I can't see this going away. I just don't understand this. And I really don't understand, since you have such professionals working, the borough engineer and everything, and you have such professional people in the borough, that no one realized that they never should have entered that building without one of the tenants that occupies that building there with them. I mean, I'm not denying what your people said they saw, or that they are concerned about in your assessment, but this is very, very concerning to me. I find it. I don't see any transparency. I see maybe an interest in the property to pursue other avenues within a year and possibly demolish and do something else with it. That's my concern. My concern is that this is only step one, because no one from this group of people that have been in charge of this entire program, no one was even given a call to say, we need you there now. Could somebody come now? That's all I'm saying. It's very suspicious. And I am not the only one in this beautiful community that feels that way. And by the way, if you are planning to put up a senior center, would you please let those that have been chiming about it for the past year or so, let them know what your ideas are? Because somebody should, I go to a lot of programs
That's
in
your time,
town.
ma'am.
And my time is up? Okay.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. I think you got the message.
Anyone else who would like to come up and speak, please feel free to do so at this time. Yeah, come on up. Please state your name and address, and once you've completed that, you'll have 3 minutes.
Andrew Golden, 684 Bogut Road, River Ridge. Good evening.
Good evening.
Just a question. I'm a little confused as to why you cannot say what the conditions are that caused the closure of the building specifically. I mean, is there an ordinance? Is there a statute that says you can't do that? I ask.
This is comment time. When everyone's done commenting, we'll close to the public, and then we'll address some of the issues. So feel free to, you have more time.
Oh, my comment is I'm confused.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, come on up.
So Christine George, 291 Van Son Drive. And I've been here before for very much the same reason that I'm here tonight. I don't understand why the mayor and council cannot communicate with the people of River Edge. I would love to live in a town where the mayor's Facebook page does not have to walk back something that came out that was not disclosed by that because rumors started. And honestly, I wasn't even going to comment about this until I heard the self-congratulatory comments about how the communication was speedily handled, because you very well could have said, this is closed. We're consulting with our attorney, more information to follow. That's not hard. Library, budget and hours, the camp counselor issue with a bunch of them being fired. I know there was the police issue. There was something else, like time and time again, it's becoming very, very clear that the mayor and council cannot learn from past missteps, which is frustrating. I really hope you guys work on it. The other thing is, everybody else has said with the cultural center, super important to this town. I don't doubt that there may have been, like, I am not questioning the experts. I don't know the building stuff and everything. However, I do know that they're in charge of a lot of the 250th celebration, which, as you know, July, not terribly far away. So communicating with them about this, trying to figure out, because this needs to be dealt with before then, or it's going to be really unfortunate in terms of the celebration with it. Also, just like the general vibe in River Edge with it. I know because of this building, you had displaced a lot of the different meetings in the River Edge Library because you needed the space for council meetings and stuff. You're closing all the cultural things in town and taking it up. That's not the legacy you want. I mean, unless it is. I don't want to judge, but like, the optics are really, really bad. And honestly, I expected better from all of you with this. So I really hope moving forward, you'll be able to work with the cultural center, be able to figure out how to fix this, especially in time for July, which honestly, I couldn't do math. I should have looked at a calendar, but it's, again, not terribly far away. So please do better. Thank you.
Anyone else like to come forward? Anyone remote like to come forward? Oh, there is a hand up. Oh, I see it now. Okay, now I guess I go to here. I allow to talk. Okay. I move to disable talking chat. Okay, Ballet Arts, please state your name and address, and you have 3 minutes after you have finished stating yourself, identifying yourself. You have to turn on your mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, please state your
Okay.
name and address, and then you have 3 minutes.
This is Jane Selene. I live at 653 Bogart Road, and I was working, so I missed the first part of the comments, but I volunteer on the River Edge Cultural Center board, and I guess my biggest issue was that there wasn't like a courtesy of letting the board know or letting the cultural center know what was going on. And from my understanding, Peter had requested information and none was coming forth, and you did fill out some forms, and then they said, this is too broad, you have to fill it out. But I just think as transparency that I think there should have been better communication, and to certainly let the people that it affects, because there are some upcoming events that we don't even know like what to do now because we have no information. And I just wonder if there's other intentions for that property. As like we saw, like a lot of trees around that area were taken down, the VFW was taken down, and a parking lot was put in. So I just have, I would like to know if, and the community, I think, would like to know what are the intentions for that property. And I think it just would have been better communicated to let the people know that it affects, instead of just slapping up a notice without any communication whatsoever. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let me disable talking. Okay. Anyone else? No. Ballet Arts, if you could lower your hand. And I don't see any other name. Anyone else? Okay, Can I have a motion second to close to the public?
So moved.
All in favor, please say aye. Does any member of council wish to make a comment? I would like to start by saying, all the information that Peter requested is going to be released tomorrow, correct? Yeah. And all the readily available information will be released. The council was not given prior notice that the building was going to be closed because this is not a political or council decision. This is something that is determined public safety by the construction code. That we're going to be meeting with, as long as Peter is willing to meet with us, we're going to be meeting with Peter and the Cultural Center. And that will be set up by the borough administrator forthwith. And that this is the process that needed to be followed because there were legal questions that had to be answered prior to releasing the information. So is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. So we will now move on. There are reports available to the public, tax collector, library of trustees, and health department, April, May, and May respectively. There is resolutions, resolution 26-144 through 26-154, with the exception of 26-151, which has already been moved. Is there any member of council who wishes to pull out for a separate vote any of the resolutions?
I don't, Mayor, thank you for providing us with that opportunity. I just want to make a comment about the flooring.
Which resolution are you referring
Yeah,
to?
it's 26-148.
Okay,
I'll wait until the noise subsides.
sure. If we could have quiet in the chambers, please. We appreciate you coming.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, in the interest of time, I'll get this out there. So I appreciate the efforts that's gone into identifying issues with the flooring in the public safety building by our borough professionals, including our DPW director. I spoke personally and looked at the flooring personally myself. I spoke personally with the people that were involved in procuring the flooring. I understand that there's been some reduction in scope of the flooring, and that's going to result in a approximately 20% reduction in cost. And therefore, I am in agreement with moving forward with what's planned now.
Okay,
Thank you for the opportunity to
absolutely.
express that.
Yeah, no, that's always your right. Any other member of council wish to make a comment, ask a question, or ask for a separate vote on any of the resolutions that have that I'm going to ask to be moved? So this is resolution, which one?
146.
146?
No.
Okay, so there, I will ask for a motion and second to move 26-144 through 26-154 without 26-151, which has already been moved, and an amendment to resolution
148.
148 and that amendment is the total cost has been reduced to $123,317.50. Correct? All right. Could I have a motion and second as amended?
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. For the sake of transparency, could I ask a member of the Budget or Finance Committee to read in 26-154, simply for the sake of transparency?
Got it. Sorry. I'm getting that. At a regular meeting of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of River Edge, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, held on May 14th, 2006. Be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of River Edge approve the following expenditures. Current fund, $9,341,348.85. General Capital Fund, $95,661.16. Grant Fund, $16,988.24. Animal Control, 22. Trust Other, $24,691.98. Open Space, $6,305. Payroll, $26,077.08. Developers Escrow, $8,875. Recreation Trust, $9,269.04. So moved.
Well, actually, it's been moved and seconded. It is open for debate. Is there debate? Hearing none, Madam Clerk, I call the question.
Yes.
Yes, but I would like to abstain myself from all the resolutions pertaining to Recreation Department.
Yes.
Okay, new business. Is there any new business before the body?
I do have something that I wanted as a governing body to consider for future budget meetings and as we think through and everything that is happening in our town. Could we have a list of all borough vehicles, make, model, VIN, mileage by department to be distributed and to be part of the budget packet for 2027 moving forward as part of the.
I thought our vehicles were available to the council through BPW.
No.
But we absolutely can do that. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Actually, wait. You sure you want the VIN?
Whatever can be disclosed.
Whatever can be
You
disclosed.
could do like the last four numbers of the.
Yes. All right. All right. Okay, so that was good new business. Anything else?
I have, Mayor.
Sure.
And just for the governing body and Mayor to consider for future, whenever, to have a separate website or a page only for the town news, which comes out from the mayor's office or the governing body's office. So there have been comments around, I mean, it's freedom of speech, but a lot of times residents, including my husband, who would probably go on social media and read, hey, what's happening? The information that might be there on third websites might not be 100% true. The best I would like to tell the public is requesting the public that please come over to the mayor's page or to the borough website for any information. And if there is any information not there, then email us. There are all of our emails listed over there. Even the business administrator, you can contact any one of us. We are here for you. So there is no information that we are, I would say, I can vouch for all the council and mayor that the mayor and council hides or could be suspicious about or fancies. We are public servants. We are working for the public. We are working for our own town where even we live. So for correct information, come to the borough website. And going forward, I would like mayor and council and like governing body to consider a separate page only for town news, which comes out from the administrator's office.
Okay, so will you be presenting to the council some sort of program or some sort of proposal?
Sure.
Okay, so we look forward to hearing that. And that would also be under new business in the future. And if you could direct that through the business administrator, Ms. Apatella, and she will get it to the council prior to a meeting so there can be a good conversation about it.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All right. Yes, new business?
Yes. Well, a little bit is old.
All right, well, they're pretty much
Yeah.
fine. Old or new?
KBG is open.
Yes.
Yeah. Ribbon cutting is scheduled for Monday at 4 o'clock. It is open.
Yeah, start again?
KBG is open.
Thank you.
A little bit of my Spanish accent. The ribbon cutting will be Monday at 4 o'clock. Our recreation directors already worked with the leagues and they've already started. I believe men's softball already started playing. Right now, the double gates are locked with a master key just because of some punch list items that still have to be taken care of. But other than that, the park is open and have fun, everybody, and be safe. And kind of old and new business, PSE&G, we met with them, our DPW superintendent, myself, our police chief, our lieutenants, our borough engineer's office was there. The Oradell Gas District received funding to complete Section 2, which are sections B, C, and D. All that information will be posted on the website once we have it from PSE&G. And what they plan to do is to handle sections B and C at the same time. They are bringing in 4 crews to install the mains and connect the services and are looking to start next week with digging test holes. Bogart Road from Manning to Continental will be worked on after June once school is out. And on the borough end, once we receive the approval from the New Jersey Department of Transportation to go out to bid, we will work on the curbs and sidewalks to complete, I believe it was from Monroe all the way to Continental. And residents into B and C will receive a general notification letter with the hotline number to report all concerns, and then door hangers will be put on everybody's doors once it is known exactly when the work on the street will begin. Section 2D will start late in the summer, and all the streets involved will be paved in 2027, except for Bogart Road, Fifth Avenue, and Elm Avenue, because that will be the borough's responsibility. So we are moving forward. There will be a lot of construction activity, a lot of detours, but all in all is for infrastructure upgrades and paving roads, and that's where we are.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for that.
Mayor, one more old business, Ravine Two
Yeah, go ahead.
business. Farmers market is open too.
I know.
It
Isn't that
was
wonderful?
the first day, and there are new businesses over there. Alstead Farms is one of them, and it's every Thursday. So please enjoy.
Cool, cool. And anything else?
Yeah, I mean, Councilwoman Dwyer stole my thunder, but yes, it's the farmers market kickoff is 5th year. I
Yeah.
think the most important thing there is that it will be running from every Thursday until October 1st. And I will be remiss to thank yet again Michelle Kaufman for leading the efforts.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have a new farm. For those that don't know, because I did not know, if you don't have a farm, we cannot have a farmers market.
Mhm.
So the success of the farmers market depends on the community involvement and supporting the event every Thursday. And on that note, I also wanted to thank the DPW for prepping Memorial Park for the Memorial Park events on November 25th. The flags are out, the decorations are out. There was some repair done to the statue that is ongoing. So all in preparation for the event.
And that event is at 10 or is it 11?
I know I'll be at work, so I cannot make it, but I think you're right. It's at 11.
So, and I invite any member of council who can, we will first convene at Fire Company number 1 for the memorial celebration there. And then we will move to Veterans Memorial, 11 o'clock. So we'll meet at, I think Fire Company number 1 is at 10 a.m. Who's our fire liaison?
Is
So if you just could convey to the council what time the memorial service at the fire department will begin.
Sure.
It's either 9 or 9:30, I believe.
Yeah.
But just check with the chief.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, any other council comments? No? All right, we still have some closed session business, so, but we will not be returning and we will not be taking any actions. So and we've already moved the resolution, so we're going to be returning to closed session, but we're going to be closing the open session. So could I have a motion and second to adjourn the open session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right. All right.